Oh, hey, so here we are once again. Oh, by the way, cheapafvideos.com. Cheapafvideos.com. Please support my website. Tell you all the time, right? Been telling you for years. Tale of Two Sisters. You have a celestial mother and a terrestrial mother. And from those two women, goddesses, came the son. And when you're talking about the son, you're talking about the father. When you're talking about the father, you're talking about the son. In the beginning, there was the primeval vacuum chaos, who was female. And from chaos's womb emerged Gaia, goddess of the earth, and then Eros, god of love, the sun. All right? It doesn't matter. Eros, Uranus, Cupid. You're talking about the god of love, which is what God is, right? God is love. How about the story of Jesus? It's the same story as all these ancient texts. A mother, immaculate conception, no father present, and then a son. And it's the arrow because, as I tell you, it's heaven and earth. It's a set of twins. Here's the arrow for Sagittarius, which is where the womb is. The galactic center, the womb, is in somewhere between, I've read, no one can seem to agree. It's anywhere from 6 degrees to 29 degrees of Sagittarius. And so you have Uranus. There's the arrow. And then I can just do Eros because Eros is Uranus. Eros in Greek is Eros is, well, Eros and Uranus, but Eros is Greek and Cupid's Roman. You see, you know Cupid, this is like Eros. Everybody knows the arrow because they're a set of twins. It's a mother and her son. And then her cosmic twin is Venus. Listen, let's read this together. In her gift alone, laying the continuing fertility of all nature's components. And so Venus is her cosmic twin, which is known as Lucifer, the morning star, because believe it or not, the devil's a woman too, feminine. And so there was representations of the pregnant goddess of fertility, who is looked upon throughout the world as the goddess of pregnancy and childbearing. So I showed you one of those other videos that I did recently about how this is why David Bowie and Sam Smith, I keep forgetting Sam Smith. I think that's his name. Sam Smith, David Bowie. They come out and they have those big, fake, huge thighs. Or your Kim Kardashians. There's always going to be some goddess that we worship because it's all about symbolizing the fertility, the pregnant woman, the big boobs, the big hips, and that's why belly dancing is a thing. She was worshipped as the pure lunar virgin, yet her insatiable sexuality was also celebrated in the myths of Cybele and Attis and Atolia, or of Ishtar and Tammuz in Babylon, which related the great mother's embrace of a young mortal son/lover and his ultimate and avoidable destruction. You ain't lying. In her gift alone. So this is why mom wouldn't even really care about having a father present, because it's her gift alone. So through her alone comes the son that you worship, right? Jesus Christ. Christ, the son. You all worship, well, not you all, excuse me, but that's one of the biggest religions in the world. Everyone worships the sun. That's just what they do. Except for the Hebrews, they were told to worship the moon because the sun was too powerful, and they were warned, if you worship that sun, it's gonna take you over like it does everybody else. All right? And so it's really, you can almost see it as a story of someone just really in love with themselves, right? Look what I did. Look what I did. Look what I did. I created the greatest thing in the whole solar system. Solar, sun, everything you worship comes from me. That's why I've shown those videos recently, and I go through this every once in a while about women, and their whole thing is trying to change a bad guy into a good guy so they can do the same thing. Look what I did, everybody. Look what I did. It's really, it's almost like just a big story of ego. But you have a good mother and you have a bad mother. Because evil and good do exist. It's not one and the same. Raping children does not come from the good mother. That whole good and evil, one and the same, that's the whole same trick of saying that the greatest trick the devil ever did was showing or was convincing the world that it doesn't exist. You're saying the same thing when good and evil come from the same source, because you're saying in all actuality it doesn't exist. I'm telling you right now, have you ever raped a child? Would you ever rape children? Have you ever murdered somebody? Do you abuse animals? Would you do what Dr. Fauci did and cut out the vocal cords of dogs, beagles, so they can't scream whenever you're testing on them? Would you do that? Could you do that? I can't. And I've been alone with kids my whole life. I used to babysit, never once had any kind of twisted sexual desire. So don't get out here and say this comes from the same source. You're full of shit. That's a lie. And so mom has every reason to be proud of herself birthing this great, fantastic son. And they're this amazing team that you love. Everything that's good and everything that you love and care about comes from them. So while it is a battle, or really a battle of ego and arrogance, because look what I did, she's got every reason to be proud. I love our mother. I love our family, and you should too. cheapafvideos.com, but that's what free will is, and I shouldn't even said you should. I shouldn't even try to tell nobody nothing. That's my fault. Ego all day long, huh? What have you done for love today? The highest vibration in the universe. What have you done to bring that into your life? The sickos, they offer sacrifices. It's called an offering. So what have you done to bring love into your life? You're not just a selfish asshole, right? The things that just come to you for no reason. That'd be a really, well, I'll just stop there. Have a good day. Thanks for listening.